welcome back to the Rebeat podcast. I'm your host, Briana, and it's super nice to see you guys again. Or if you're new here, welcome to the Rebeat, Brody. We having a good time over here. Now, like I said, if it's your first time here, make sure that you subscribe, turn on your notifications, and also like this video if you like it. And leave a comment if you wish. I want to see what you guys think. I want to know your opinions. It's not just me having this discussion. Also, if you have not yet, make sure you check out the Rebeats first podcast episode that was on Encanto and why it was so successful. And I feel like I made some pretty good points. If you want to challenge me on that, you gotta go and watch it, my guy. On top of that, I also dropped an episode of the Rebeat Staccato, which is my secondary podcast. That's more for segments and bits and story times, things of the such that's not like huge enough for the main podcast, but it's just something for y'all to snack on every now and then while we working on the main deal. So, like I said, go check those out, and then you can come here and you can listen to me talk about today's subject, or if you've already watched both of them because you a queen bee or you a king bee, whatever you want to be, you just the bee, not even a bee, you just the bee. Either way, getting off topic, you've already hopped on the crew with us and you've already watched everything, and now you want to know what else do I have in store for y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just get right into it, because it's all about the hair. It's all about the fro. It's all about the naps. It's all about the curls. It's all about the definition, the waves. You know what? I'm going to give a little love to even my straight hair girls. It's all about the straight hair. Yo, I don't even know what's happening right now. Anyways, so kind of want to give you guys something a little more lifestyle-like to probably a lot of young black women out there who are listening right now. I'm sure that you have had some type of trouble with your hair, natural or not. Like, it's just always something, I feel like, whenever, if it's getting your braids done, getting a wig installed, or doing a twist out, dealing with your dreads, something, it's just always something that gets in the way and just makes the process gotta be harder than what it's supposed to be. And I've had my fair share of that too. Maybe a more than a fair share, personally, because my hair ended up getting so bad, I had to basically do the big chop. Now, you're probably wondering what even led to me having to do a big chop in the first place, and boy, oh boy, let me tell you, it's a story. So get your snacks, bro. Get your popcorn. Get your drinks. I like to drink hot cocoa with my popcorn. I just like hot cocoa in general. I ain't got it right now, but I got my water with me. So whatever. Get what you got, because it's a story. We're gonna be here for a little bit. So it basically started out with me just having relaxed hair. Once a month, when I was in school before I went off to college, my mom would take me to my grandma's salon and I would have my hair relaxed, and that was it. Like, that was it for like the month. I wouldn't wash it or anything, and that sounds terrible, but when you've been getting your hair relaxed all your life and then your mom just like is willing to just take 100% of control of your hair, which is so sad to admit, but that's how we got here, you know, what's a girl gonna do? So I dealt with that, and everything was fine. My hair was still getting done, but at first I would just always wear it out. And then as I got a little older, I learned how to put my hair in buns and stuff. And that kind of helped when my hair was looking a little crazy and like it was hit by humidity or something, like knowing how to like put it up in a bun or get it into a slick ponytail or something. Like, it helped. So I was doing that. And at one point I had like hair, I think, to like my chest. And then my mom cut it. And I don't know if I had damage already or like what the deal was, but she went on ahead and cut it to my shoulders, and then I rocked that for a while, and I don't remember when I cut my hair. I think I cut it in 8th grade, so I was 13. And I rocked that until college. Now, going into college, remember when I said my mom always did my hair? Mama ain't there when you in college. So I had moved on, and it was like I had to go months without having my hair washed. And I didn't know how to properly do my hair. So God forbid I was ready to touch that shit. I won't ready to do it. I was like, nah, I'd rather let it fall out, and I won't even think of that. I won't think clearly. But either way, I was like, I'm not touching like my hair until my mother can get to it. So I kind of went, I think 2 months. Yeah, about 2 months without having my hair done. And that was the first time that my hair had just kind of been like, severely just undertaken care of, which is, that's embarrassing in my opinion. I should have just been an adult from the jump and took over and said, Mom, you know what? Let me do my own hair. Let me figure out how to wash it. Let me figure out how to blow dry it. Let me figure all this out so I don't come into college looking a hot mess. But I didn't do that. And therefore, I went into college looking a hot mess. Take it from me. And then I think it was sophomore year. My mom finally came to meet. We kind of came to like a little median. Like we met, halfway. And we was both like, I gotta learn how to do my own hair. Like, this is ridiculous. So my mom let me wash my hair, and she let me blow dry my hair. And both went terrible. I don't think I washed it correctly. And then I definitely didn't blow dry it correctly because it was still like poofy at the roots, which probably meant that they were still damp. And then my mom cut my hair even more kind of to chin length. And that's how I was rocking my hair. I was just like, cool, this is my first time doing my own hair, and this is how I'm gonna look. Crazy. And time went on. I dealt with that. My mom taught me how to, here's where things really went wrong. Because then, not only did she teach me how to twist up my hair and pin it up onto my hair, so when I took the pins out and uncurled the hair, I'd have like these really, I'm supposed to, keyword, have these really nice bouncy like curls, like tight curls, style. And she taught me how to do that. And then she had the audacity to give me a hot comb that I was using on dry hair. So let me give y'all some hints. You got dry hair, probably not even using a good heat protectant because I was using, I don't even remember the brand, but it's like the red and black, like Tresemme, something like that. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. But you got the dry hair and then the hot comb. And then with the twisting, I was pulling my hair because I wasn't twisting it right. So I was getting my hair like tangled. And so as a result, I would, being super busy in school with like 2 jobs and then working towards my degree, I ain't really had time to focus on my hair. And I was just ripping my hair out, kind of, you could almost say. Like, I wasn't like, you know how like you can feel a tangle in your hair when you playing in it, and you just kind of like try to get it out yourself with like 1 or 2 of your fingers. That's what I was doing, and I was pulling too hard, which is why I keep saying ripping. So I wasn't really ripping it out, but what I was doing was just no better. It won't beneficial to the hair growth. So it's doing the opposite. It was balding. Anyway, let me stop. It won't all that. But all those things together created a hot mess express of hair breakage. We hate to see it. And I didn't want to do the big chop at first. I really wanted to salvage my hair. But once again, me and my mom came to that median. We came 50-50 and said, we got to cut it. And ladies and gentlemen, that's how we got to the big chop. On to chapter 2. Look, it feel like the book just getting started. I just want to kind of pause for a second and just really emphasize that I did not want to cut my hair. Like, I wasn't like hella devastated, but I was upset because I still kind of do every now and then, but definitely when I was in college, I cared so much about people's opinion about me and what they thought about me, and I just always felt like I was being judged 24/7 to the point where I was predetermining what people would think of me when they saw me. It didn't even happen yet. I do suffer from a little bit of both general anxiety and social anxiety, just to kind of give a little background info, just to be real with y'all. So those types of thoughts go through my mind a lot without really being welcomed, without being invited. I don't want to think like that, but unfortunately I think like that and I can't help it. So I try to be more aware nowadays, but back then I wasn't very aware, and it was just happening. So I would think to myself, like, I'm gonna get this haircut and everybody's gonna be like, oh, she's no longer beautiful, because people used to compliment me on my little raggedy doll hair all the time. Like, I don't understand. Like, I look at my hair and I'm like, it looks great when it's been relaxed, and then like a week after, it looks like lifeless. It looks dry. Like, I was not taking care of my hair. Like, this not a white girl's hair. This not black girl's hair. This not this alien hair. Even the aliens thought I was a disgrace. The aliens don't even want to claim me. I don't know what kind of hair I have, but it won't cute, and I don't know what people were talking about. But I knew that if I cut off all my hair, I felt like people were gonna look at me differently, and all those compliments and all those nice things that people would say about me, and they would just disappear. And also during that time, I was thinking, what are my close friends, my really close friends from like high school, what are they gonna think? Because we still talked and stuff, but we weren't seeing each other in person anymore because we were all at different schools. Like, one of them was even in a whole nother state. So I'm like, they're gonna see this, haircut and be like, oh my god, like, what happened to you? And I didn't even want to think about it being negative, but that's all I could think about was just negativity, which I shouldn't have thought that way, because these are supposed to be my best friends. And even my boyfriend, I was thinking to myself, like, oh, like, what if he picked me when I had, not picked me, I don't want to sound like I'm in like a cattle call or something, but he started dating me when I had my long hair. What is he going to think about me when I cut my hair? Yes, he's going to tell me either way I look great, but is he going to mean it? He probably won't mean it. Like, doing the chop was act like the very, very beginning of it, from like 2 days before and then like 2 days after, like, I had that mindset, and I couldn't even really enjoy the actual chop, which y'all might have noticed. You're like, it's taking you a while to get to when you actually cut your hair. And to be honest, those thoughts plagued my mind so much, I can't even really tell you how the actual chop went. I had my hair, and then all of a sudden it was just gone. Something that should have been, I don't want to say a life-changing moment, something that should have been an integral moment of my life, I missed it, and I kind of do regret it. Although, I'm not going to lie, I do have a picture on Snapchat with all my relaxed hair cut off, and I don't even remember taking that, but like, I don't know, bro, that's kind of creepy. Like, I'm the first person to be like, your past self and who you are now, you still the same person at the end of the day. This is the exception. This don't apply. I don't know why I did that. I don't claim that. But I did it apparently, so it's there. Either way. So I did the chop. And going through the first couple of months was rough. I remember prior, like maybe a month or two, I went to, no, that's actually too early. Because I did my chop spring of 2019. Halloween of 2018, when I had my long hair, I was getting a lot of attention from, like, guys. And I had a boyfriend at the time. I had no intentions of doing anything with these dudes. I wanted nothing to do with them, especially when I sobered up that night. I was just like, y'all need to get the hell away from me. It was still nice to know, okay, I guess I look good. And then after doing the chop and going to gatherings and parties and stuff like that, not going from getting all that attention to getting zero attention did make me question, dang, am I beautiful? Because that's a huge switch up, and I shouldn't have been focused on that. And I still condemn myself low-key for having that mindset, because I needed to focus on loving myself and loving my cut first. And it just gets even worse, because I also had my first fashion show unfortunately, my first and my only fashion show with a modeling troupe on my college campus. I was very self-conscious there during that time too, because I came in with long hair, and now I'm about to go on stage and perform with almost no hair, while everybody else had wigs, or they had their natural hair out, they had their curls popping, or they did a press, or they had their wigs. Everybody had everybody had these beautiful hairstyles, and mine was just cut. It's not even an afro. Y'all, probably half an inch of hair. That's probably an exaggeration. Maybe an inch. Either way, I didn't look like the other girls, and I didn't feel feminine enough to, I don't know. It was rough the first couple of months, seriously. However, what I've noticed is I started to learn to take care of my hair. Not all the way, but I was starting to get the bases. Shampooing, conditioning. Am I the type of person that needs to sit under heat? Or can I just leave the conditioner in for about an hour and let it sit in not natural air, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Just kind of let it sit in the cap and not apply any heat, and just walk around for about an hour. I started to learn how to do my edges. I didn't have no hair to comb, but I think when I got another inch on it and my hair started to get a little tangly. Is that a word? Either way, when my hair was starting to get tangled, I was starting to learn how to take my time and not pull my hair out. I was learning to properly comb my hair, start from the ends, then work your way to the roots. I think that's it. Oh, and then I learned how to do a shingling method, really defining the curls. So basically just taking curl cream and just running it through a little section of your hair until it gets really nice and curly. I learned how to do that. And while I was suffering mentally, I was kind of thriving in the terms of mothering my hair, babying my hair, taking care of my hair. And it was a losing situation, but I was also still winning. And that's what I should have been focused on, instead of out here trying to impress all these people who won't even matter to me years later. But that was the first couple of months, and then for the rest of that year, I kept cutting my hair down to the half an inch or the inch look, because I was just oh, I look great doing this. But as I kept doing that, I started to wonder, am I able to take care of my hair at a longer length? So then I started to grow it out. And then I became obsessed with growing it out, which it was a good thing and a bad thing. A good thing because then I started leveling up on my hairstyling skills for me personally. I started to learn how to do twist outs. Then I started learning about pre-poos. I learned about co-washing. I started studying my hair texture. And if you're wondering, I don't claim one because I kind of don't really believe in one set hair texture. But if you really want to ask me, I guess I would say I'm a mix between 3C, 4B. On a really, really strange day, maybe a 4C on like the front left side of my head. Bro, I'm just like, y'all see what I mean? Like, do y'all, like, that's so specific. Like, who's saying that? I guess it's only me though, but don't mean to get off track. But my hair skills were leveling up. And then I started to learn to love my hair, but then I became obsessed with my hair because now I'm like, I have all this length. Like, I'm about like 3.5, 4 inches of hair. And I was like, bro, like, I just can't see myself going short again. And one day my mom looked at my hair and she said my edges were getting bad. And she's like, I'm gonna do your hair, but I'm gonna try a look on you. I'm like, what kind of look? She's like, I'm gonna do like a tapered look. I'm gonna, just do the sides. I was like, okay. And I'm like thinking it's gonna be a mohawk. And I'm like, it's not gonna be a mohawk. And she showed me pictures. And like, it's like those styles where like the top part is like long, but then the sides are short. But as it goes up, it gradually does get longer. So it's not really a mohawk. And that look went so wrong. It made me look older. It made me look like, I don't even know. It made me look like some type of like, swaggy black dude from like the early 2000s. I looked like a scientist of like I don't even know. I looked like a hip and cool scientist. I looked like a box. I looked like y'all, that style did not fit me at all. And that just brought my self-esteem just all the way down. And it was already pretty low. It was getting a little better when I started to like get comfortable with doing my own hair, and I was able to do it without like anybody's assistant. Like, I wasn't even seeing like stylists. I was like, I got it from here on out. My hair was pretty healthy aside from my ends, which still really weren't that bad when I look back at it, but I had a couple of knots here and there in some sections of my hair. And to be honest, it was from there where I was just like, I just want to cut this all off, but I just want to be bald at this point. And that's when I really realized that everyone hair gives them a hard time, but being a black woman and already going through a bunch of struggles, and then I would say it was a big deal to me, but I will leave it as a minor inconvenience, because hair is something that can grow back, especially my hair in particular seems to grow back in a little less than a month or a little more than a month, give or take, depending how it's gonna feel. It was like a minor inconvenience, and I definitely overreacted. But when you have situations like that happen and you go through a lot as a black woman that just already attacks your self-esteem, things like that will really get you down. And one day I told myself I'm not gonna treat myself like this anymore, where I let my hair dictate how beautiful I am. I'm beautiful no matter what my hair looks like. I could be bald and I know I'll still be beautiful. I mean, I'll be bald, but I guess I'll be bald and beautiful, if you feel me. So I just started to figure out what styles should I do until my hair grows back. I started doing twist outs regularly, and that worked. It more than worked. It was a really good idea. Like, my hair looked really good in that state. I just had to set aside the time for it, which there were just days I just couldn't. But I didn't let that stop me from looking at myself in the mirror or looking at myself, I don't know, in my car mirror or whatever, and just saying, I look the best that I can today, and that's more than okay. And a month later, my hair did grow back out, and I said I'm going to keep growing my hair out, but I'm not going to be obsessed with the length. I'm going to try not to cut it off, but if it has to get cut off, I will do it. And then we got to a situation where my ends got bad again, but that was just because nobody was, I wasn't trimming my ends, nobody else was trimming my ends. I tried to find a stylist and I couldn't find anybody. I also just wasn't letting my mom do my hair anymore because I was just like, I don't really, not that I don't trust her, but like, you know, she's not a professional stylist. I need a professional stylist. And I ended up finding somebody who was a professional stylist who specifically works with like afros, because that's kind of how I like to wear my hair. I wear it out in an afro, or I'll do a twist out, or I'll define the curls and I'll leave it out like that. Like, I am kind of like the dedicated natural hair person. Like, I don't put my hair in braids or anything, and not trying to put people who do that down, because I honestly need to do that because my hair should not be exposed so much like this, especially in this cold weather. Probably why my ends, again, although I've been told my ends are still healthy and they're still nice, that's probably why, like, they are so weak the way that they are. But yeah, I mean, that's basically my journey. And like I said, I did it in 2019 of spring, and here we are now, 2022. Is it spring yet? Very, very close to spring. It's March as I'm recording this, so. And I'm super happy with my hair. I love my hair. It looks great. It has its good days. It has its bad days. But you know what? If it's a bad day, just put a scarf or a hat over it, or put it up in the bun. You know? It's not the end of the world. Your hair is not perfect, just like you're not perfect. So embrace it for what it is. That's what I've learned. And I think my hair is about 7 inches long. Why does that sound wrong? Man, I'm not even using inches no more, because I've been real iffy every time I like throw an inch out there. Either way, my hair is now back to shoulder length when you iron it out, when you blow dry it out. And honestly, to me, it looks way better than when it was relaxed. And that's my story, y'all. Also, I just want to put a disclaimer out there. No hate to those who use chemicals in their hair, because you know what? Your hair probably still looks great, and your hair probably still is healthy. And it's because you are taking care of it like you are supposed to. Unlike me, who thought that relaxed hair meant you ain't gotta do your hair. It don't mean that. It's still real hair. Take care of your goddamn hair. So, not only a disclaimer, letting y'all know that I have nothing against people who do any chemical treatments to their hair, but props to y'all, because y'all hair is probably just as hard to take care of as somebody who is a natural hair person. I feel like it I don't know. I feel like it's equal. We can argue about it in the comments. I feel like it's pretty equal though. It's a lot of hard work. It's hell. Just taking care of a person of color's hair. On my end, a black woman's hair. So, anyways, my final advice to all of my black women out there: your hair does not define who you are 100%. Your hair makes up about 15% of you. There's more to you than just your hair. However, your hair is also your crown, and you don't want to lose it over something stupid. So take care of it. And to all of my ladies out there, you are beautiful no matter what, period. And to everybody out there, my men, my women, those who do not define as either, because I want you to know that you are included as well. Everybody, if you breathe and you can understand me, please know, do not assume that people are always assuming the worst in you. That is just you assuming the worst in yourself. If you want to give off an amazing presence, an amazing personality, it's you who has to tell yourself that you already have it. And that aurora is going to rub off on others. I promise you. I promise you. All right. Let me go ahead and end it here because I know I took up a lot of y'all's time. I think this podcast is definitely longer than the other one. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. If you like this podcast, make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you turn your notifications on. We drop 2 videos a month. One for the Rebeat main podcast and one for the Rebeat Staccato. Make sure you tune in to both. Y'all know we always got something for everyone. I love you guys. And I know y'all probably thinking, you don't even know me. I don't. But if people can hate a stranger, somebody that they don't know, why can't I just love somebody who is a stranger? I read that on the sign. Not like a ad or anything. Somebody literally like hand painted a sign that like said something similar to that, and I really like that. So I would like to give credit to whoever wrote that, and I think everybody should lead by it. Again, thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. You are amazing. You can do it. And I'll see y'all around. Bye.